Hey, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to be taking a look at a fun slingshot. We're going to take a few shots, do a review, but it's kind of a multitasker. You'll see what I mean when we get into it. But today we're going to be looking at the Nextool foldable slingshot. Should be cool, so don't you go away. Wow, this is totally not what I was expecting. Recently, I was on a slingshot group on Facebook, and GZK posted this this ad for a slingshot. He had a little video of this Nextool slingshot. It was pretty cool. It had a knife on the bottom, and it was foldable. You push a button, and these little things pop out, and I thought it was really cool. But I also thought it was kind of a gimmick until I shot it. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a tube shooter, so this is not going to be my best shooting you've ever seen. There's going to be a big learning curve for me, but so far, it's shooting pretty nice. I gotta admit it. And so today, we're going to test out the slingshot. We're also going to test out the knife, just to do very simple carving with it, whatever it is. And we're going to do a complete review on this guy, and I'll let you know all about this little slingshot. Now, first off, I'm not gonna BS you. I don't think that you're gonna win any tournaments with this thing. I don't. But is it something worth owning? I can tell you already, absolutely yes. Sorry guys, when you buy your foldable slingshot and knife, this is what you get. So, it comes in this nice little box here. Seems to be pretty well packed. And your whole kit will come in this nice little pouch here. So this will keep all your stuff inside. So let's take a look and see what's in there and what you get. Well, we have our foldable knife slingshot here. We have some ammo, clay ammos, and a band set. So you're pretty much ready to go. You've got a thing to keep the moisture out, and I believe there is some instructions in the back. This is basically what you're looking at when you pick up your kit. So the first thing I notice about picking this guy up is how sturdy it feels. It really feels durable and well built, and it comes in at 127 grams plus whatever the bands are. The overall length from end to end is 100 millimeters. The width from this guy from side to side is 31 millimeters, and it comes in at a reasonably slim 20 millimeters wide, and that's including the clip. So you've probably noticed by now there's two buttons on this Nextool here. The bottom one is to unlock and deploy the forks, and the top one is to unlock it so they'll fold back down. So let's give it a try. Well, it didn't go all the way, no big deal. But now they're out. Once they're out, they lock into place. They're pretty good, pretty comfortable, and the forks, the width on these guys are coming in around 77, 78 millimeters. You can see they've got these nice little grooves in here to actually give you a little bit of comfort and grip while you're holding onto the forks, and it's actually pretty decent. I have to say, it's really not that uncomfortable to shoot. And then when you want to fold them back down, push that button and down, back they go. No problem, and you're ready to put that in your pocket. So guys, let's quickly talk steel. The forks are made out of 420 J2. 420 J2 is a stainless steel with a high corrosion resistance. So you should be able to leave this out in the rain and not have to worry about it rusting, that kind of thing. It's a very durable steel, but it's not like a knife steel will have great edge retention or anything like that. It's more on the soft side, but it's very durable. It'll take an ass whooping. So you really don't have to worry about this breaking too much. And apparently it'll take 30-60 bands on here. So you could put a real fat tube on here and it'll take it. No problem. That's what it's rated for. Let's talk a little bit about this design here. It's got this 2-inch cutting blade on here. It's got a little sheep head design on it, which I actually like for carving flat surfaces and doing some small tasks. You know, cutting apples. You know, maybe a piece of salami while you're out in the bush and you want to have something to eat. It does all kinds of really good things as a small EDC knife. So if it's a small EDC knife, you don't really need a crazy steel for it. This is made out of 5CR15 MOV. It's a pretty decent stainless on the lower end of price things, so it's not so bad. I guess you can probably compare this to 420 HC, which is okay, which is a decent enough knife for a little beater. But that's the cool thing about this, is while you're out here and you want to whittle on a stick, or you want to, you know, open up some packages or anything like that, this will handle it for you. So if you're looking for a Slingshot, EDC, pocket knife, all in one package, this will do it for you. Just saying. Now, I gotta say, this is where I come into my first complaint about this little setup here. The only thing one of the things I really don't like about the knife setup is that it's kind of hard to get your finger in there to get that thing out. I would have loved if you could have just put a little bump there with a little thumb stud on there so you can just thumb it out. That would have been awesome. But for me to get my fingers in there, I have to actually use my index finger, kind of dig it in there, grab it with my nail, and pull it out. But it's not so bad. Now, Swiss Army knives and many knives like this were like this for a long time, and they did not have any locks on them. So this one kind of goes to about this position before the liner lock here catches that post. Now, I wouldn't suggest stabbing anything with this, you know, trying to drill a hole or poke something like that. Always put the pressure down on the blade. That'll keep you from this thing folding back. And if you put a little bit of weight on it, it will pop a little bit, but then it stops dead. It goes nowhere. So overall, it is a safe knife design. I just wish it would lock into position like this and not have this play in it, because that can get a little bit sketchy sometimes. Now, if you're in a rush, you literally can just push this here and snap it in. I wouldn't suggest doing that because I think you'll probably end up wearing your bands out fast. So this is how I like to do it. Basically, you'll bring your bands around, make sure everything's in line. Just give it a little stretch, and it'll accept it in there quite a bit easier. And then you're ready to go. But that's all there is to it. It's seriously that simple to get these guys set up. So let's talk about the grip on this guy. Well, basically you're going to want to get your fingers up on those forks. The good thing is you can bend your finger like this and just lock it into that little slot, and it shoots pretty nice, pretty comfortable. All things considered, the shape of it, it's pretty decent in my hand. I can't complain about it too much. Over a bunch of shots, I do believe that this will end up wearing on your finger a little bit, making it uncomfortable. So I wouldn't suggest maybe doing really long shooting sessions with it, but I think you could. I really do. And as for pocketability, well, you fold these little guys down and you slide this in and out of your pocket, no problem. You will not know it's there. You could use this on a regular basis and people will think it's just a cool looking pocket knife, or maybe even someone will think it's a pager if you're really old and you remember those things. But let me tell you, these things are pretty damn cool. I'm really happy I bought this thing, and I can't wait to do some more shooting with it. This may become my new EDC. Sorry guys, I got a couple of smaller targets set up here. I got a 6, a 2.5, and a 4 centimeter. We'll take a couple of whacks at it and see if we can get them. We'll start with the 6 first, see how it goes. All right, so there they are. Let's go for that 6 centimeter first. Oh, we got that one first off. Let's go for the 4, all the way on the right. Oh, no way! I got it. Okay, let's go for that 2.5. A little bit high. Let's give this guy 3 shots. 3 more shots, see if we can get it. Oh, that was so close. I'm so close to hitting that stupid thing. There it is. Got it. Totally awesome. This is... I love this thing. This is coming with me everywhere. Just to the left. All right, let's back up, try one shot, see if we can get it from a farther distance, 20 meters or something like that. Sorry folks, right around here somewhere, you can see I've got an orange bubbly can hanging on the same rope that I had those small flippers on. We're gonna try to get it with this guy. I've never shot that distance with this with tubes before ever, So I don't know how they're going to react, but let's see if we can get it in 3. Ooh, there's one. Oh, just to the left. Too high. Oh well. 1 out of 3. Not bad for my first shot at 20 meters. I gotta tell you guys, my expectations for this was kind of low. But we've done some pretty decent shooting so far with it. I am shooting bigger targets than I usually shoot. Only because I don't shoot tubes. And this is a new Slingshot that I've never shot before. And I've never shot anything like it. I really didn't think I was gonna like it this much. And I'm liking it. So I'm thinking this. We're going to take these small bands off. We're going to put on the longer bands that I made for it. We're going to take a couple shots at that 8mm flipper over there and see how that goes. But I got to tell you, for me already, this is a win. Already. Sorry guys, we got the long bands on here now. I'm not really a butterfly shooter, nor am I a tube shooter. So we're going to take 5 shots and see if at least we can hit that flipper one time. I'll be happy with that. So here comes the first one. Real bad. Oh, losing ammo here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I just missed that one. There's 2. I don't know how many shots I'm at. I only want to take 5. Just skimmed it. Okay, last shot. Last shot, we'll get back to the small guys. Terrible shot. Anyway guys, so it'll take bands to shoot butterfly style or standard, the regular short draw. It's really up to you. The options are endless on this thing apparently. I think it's time we tried out the knife. Well, I gotta tell you guys, I've done just a quick 5-minute carve, and we were able to carve out this nice little dowel out of the center of this guy with some stop cuts, and it worked out pretty good. I was a little bit lazy on keeping everything nice and clean, but all things considered, doesn't look too bad. And then I did this little pot hanger here. You see that? So if you're ever out camping, you can just leave this onto another stick and hang your pots from it with a couple of these hanging on down there. Works out great. But the carving on this guy was not so bad. I gotta say, it's probably not hair popping sharp anymore, but because it's such a light steel, take off your belt, give this a couple of passes, and you'll probably get a hair popping sharp once again. But it still feels pretty nice, and it'll still catches a nail. Not bad. Sorry guys, there's one other thing I wanted to test with this knife before we move on and start shooting some more. Is, will it strike a ferro rod? The only thing you have to worry about is this thing does wiggle back and forth a little, so it makes it a little on the sketchy side, but it will get it done in a pinch. Pretty awesome. Sorry guys, while I was shopping over at GZK, I also found one of these guys. This is a pretty cool looking pheasant head. Basically works the same way as the other pheasant head I've been shooting on my channel, except for it doesn't have that big heavy bell at the bottom to make sure it rights itself. This one just sits on a peg, goes into the ground, and when you hit it, it'll fling back and forth, and you'll know you get it. And also, it'll make a pretty decent sound. So let's get this guy set up. We'll take a couple shots at it. You see there's a little down log over here. If you follow that right down to the end, just to the right of it, there's the pheasant head poking up. I find he's really blending in the leaf layer. It's kind of hard to see, so we'll see if we can whack him from this side, then I'll whack him from the other side so you can see him. There we go. We got him. I'll move you on down there, and then I'll take another shot so you can see him wiggle his head. Alright guys, what can I say about this Nextool folding slingshot slash pocket knife? Well, if it was anybody else other than GZK promoting this thing, I probably would have been like, nah, I'm gonna pass. But because it was him, I looked into it a little bit, and then I found a little thread going on in one of the groups on Facebook, and he was talking about the heavy bands this thing could take and all that stuff, and I was like, you know what? If it's GZK, I trust it. I'm gonna give it a whirl. So sure enough, I saw the price of them, and I'm like, oh wow, you can't go wrong with this. So I went over and I picked up two, one for me, one for my son. Today is the first day that I shot this thing. I opened up out of the package, I took a look at it, I'm like, ooh, wow, this is cool. Figured out how to set it up, and then I came out here. I'm shocked. I don't know. I'm not saying that this thing is like a super custom slingshot or anything like this. I'm not going there. But what I'm saying is it is a very capable slingshot and a very capable pocket knife. When we tested the slingshot, we shot some different size targets. Some big, some small, whatever. Mostly big, but just to get used to it, because I'm not a tube shooter. So we ended up going down to the pheasant head, which is usually a tough shot because they're kind of hard to see in the background or whatever it is, and we got them pretty easily. Then we switched over to the smaller targets. We hit those pretty easily. We did some carving with the knife. We did carved out like a dowel out of a piece of beech, which is really hard wood. It took that no problem, no wobble, everything's good. Can't complain. A little bit of discomfort from the clip, but I mean, we're doing hard work with a small knife that's ready to do tiny tasks. So that was it. We ended up busting out a pot hanger as well. That was no problem. The knife still feels reasonably sharp too. It's not hair popping sharp, but it's still pretty reasonably sharp, and it came sharp. All these guys selling knives, if any of you guys are selling knives, listen to me now. Sell your knives sharp. Sharp. People are buying knives. Yes, people are going to sharpen them after, whatever. But when you get a knife that's dull, it's a real piss off, especially for people like me. This one came pretty damn sharp, and paper cut sharp anyway, for sure. So no problems with that. I don't know what else I can say, guys. This is a really fun tool. If you guys are looking for something to carry on your little hikes when you're out there, and if you ever see something you want to fire off a couple of shots, that little kit that it comes in will handle 25, 38 mil steels, no problem. A slingshot band, maybe an extra band, and your shot and your thing, and that'll all slide into your pocket. What else can you say? I don't know. It's a pretty cool tool. I like it. If you guys are interested, I will leave the link down in the description of where you can find it. And that's about it. That's all I got to say, guys. I'm going to pop this bad boy back open. I wish that guy went all the way. And I'll keep on shooting, having some fun. But for now, you guys take care. I'll see you again soon. Stay safe. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. I gotta tell you guys, that Nextool folding slingshot really does feel like a good quality slingshot or multi-tool. I think I will check back in on this one after a while, and we can talk about the longevity of it, see if it really lasts, if it's sturdy, that kind of thing. We'll do another video maybe in another 6 months or so, and we'll talk about how it's holding up. On this end screen here, I'm going to add a couple of playlists for you guys to check out. I hope you enjoy. Get out and practice, stay safe, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys, you're freaking awesome.